to Murphy, and he's going to get that one down to about the 31-yard line. So we can bring up a 3rd and 5 Tigers as the Rattlers want to, you know, they let up a huge play. They want to get a stop here on a 3rd and 5. We're down to about the 1 minute shaved off the clock already, 10:54 and counting. And it's going to be Fuller in the shotgun, accompanied by Murphy in the backfield. Two receiver split, handoff down to Murphy, cuts it inside to the right-hand side, needs 3 Rattlers to miss as he takes that one all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, huge hole for Murphy there. Offensive line really provided an excellent room to run for him to run there. Able to bring it down all the way inside the 10. 1st and goal here from about the 9-yard line for the Tigers.
9 yards to go, same formation. They hand it off to Murphy once again. Up the middle he goes, one cut, spins out of the tackle, and he's into the end zone for 6 as the Tigers strike first here in the by-district round.
So Murphy able to get the Tigers on the board first. They lead 6-0 here. Able to power through a couple of would-be tacklers there. Extra point going to be up and good there.
So that does it for us here. Drive number 1, the Tigers go down. They score a big play from Freeman, to Fuller to Freeman. Sets up the Rattlers good, or the Tigers in good field position. We're going to be back right here with Real Sports Live in just a bit with the kickoff after this.
We're the Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
This is on the field for the first time tonight. They're down 7-0 with their first drive of the night. We look at their rushing yards per game, 205. Their passing yards per game is 146. Their leading rusher, you know, they're big. Their workhorse is Alan Guerrero. He has 123 yards per game he averages. 143 carries, 1,200 yards, 5 games with 100+ touchdowns, and 5 games with 100+ yards and 12 touchdowns. At quarterback, he's going to hand it off down the middle. It's going to be an inside carry for Alan Guerrero. At quarterback is going to be Orly Lopez. Another good passer here for the Sharyland Rattlers. He averages 172 yards a game. On the season, he was about the 500 mark on percentage. 1,000 passing yards and 13 touchdowns in the air. It's going to be Lopez in the backfield. A 3-receiver bunch to the right-hand side, motioning over, and the handoff goes to the left-hand side. He has a hole, he has a lane, and he's going to cut it back inside. Going across the field is Alex Gonzalez, and he has nothing but green grass ahead of him as he cruises into the Red Sea. But there is a flag down back at the line of scrimmage. I believe it's going to be on the defense because it didn't stop the play just ahead of time. They didn't stop the play right away as the offensive lineman jumps in joy. He's jumping off the field. Here's a call from the official.
So offsides on the Floresville Tigers. Sharyland able to capitalize on that, a huge play. That's going to be Alex Gonzalez, one of the featured playmakers we mentioned earlier. Gonzalez gets around the edge and cuts it all the way back inside. I saw him do that a couple times this year, especially in the big game against Mercedes. So now that they answer back on a 2-play drive here at 7-6, awaiting the extra point here.
Yeah, huge play there for the Rattlers. You know, and we talked about it's going to be a dog fight here. And a Tiger and a Rattlers are just going at it. And Guma sets it up. The field goal goes through the uprights with a lot of room to go. He probably could have kicked that out the stadium if he wanted to. So that puts us at 7-7. with 9:34 left to play here in quarter number 1. We're going to be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And we're back here on Real Sports Live, and Guma setting up the kick on the 40-yard line, getting ready to kick it away. And the Floresville Tigers are back deep to receive. It's going to be number 1, Brandon Castillo, accompanied by number 9, Clay Pellick. That kick by Nguma goes back in the end zone and a touchback. So here we are, John. We're going to try it again. Even though it was successful the first time, we had a huge pass from Fuller all the way to Freeman that set up the Tigers at the Sharyland 40-yard line, or the 35, around that area. And then they just, give the ball down to the workhorse, Murphy, and he punches it in the end zone, and we're tied up at 7. Or they get the first score of the game, and then Sharyland comes back, and we tied up at 7.
Yeah, just an excellent play call to start the game, and why not? Everyone knows you're going to try to give the ball as much as you can to your workhorse. Might as well try to test them deep right away, and it pays off dividends there.
And there's Murphy once again with the handoff on the inside zone. He's going to take it for a nice chunk of yardage. We're going to mark him with a 2nd and, I believe, 1. So maybe 1 more yard to go, a 9-yard carry there by Murphy. And we're going to have some substitutions at the offensive line position for the Floresville Tigers. Or maybe just a package change. But nonetheless, here we are, 9 minutes. 3 minutes down, 9 minutes to go in quarter number 1, as Fuller is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And they're going to hand it off to Murphy. Cuts it back to the outside. Now he goes inside, and he takes it to about the 47-yard line, maybe 46 to be exact. And now the Tigers have another first down to work with, 8:41 and counting.
Excellent run there. Their workhorse added once again. That's going to be Murphy, I believe it was. Murphy doing an excellent job evading in and out there. Bobbing and weaving through his way through the defense.
Murphy gets the inside handoff, cuts it loose all the way across into Sharyland territory as his helmet pops off. He's going to make it all the way down to about the 28-yard line on the inside zone. He got it inside, cut it back to the right-hand side. That's where his blockers were. It was a 3-receiver split to the top of your screen, or to the right, 1 at the bottom. And, the blocks are there. Might as well take advantage of it, as the Tigers are set up with a 1st and 10 at the Sharyland 27-yard line, the official spot. We're down to 8 minutes left to go, 7:59 and counting here at Richard Thompson Stadium. An inside zone once again, but Fuller's going to keep it for himself. He's going to fake the inside handoff as he cuts it to the outside, and a touchdown for the Floresville Tigers as they get into the end zone on drive number 2.
And that was the fight song for the Floresville Tigers. And the read option pays dividends. A huge misdirection in the backfield there. Everyone worried about Murphy. Meanwhile, Fuller says, "Hey, I can run too. I can run a little bit too. Don't forget about me." And after the extra point, it's going to be 14-7. Floresville back to the lead.
Yeah, so there was an inside handoff, and he had to come out. Murphy had to come out for one play due to the protocol, I believe. So his helmet came off. He had to come out for a play. So they ended up putting in Daniel Arellano and the running back position. And Fuller's like, you know what, let's do a little read option. I'm going to fake it to you, and I'm going to take it out to the outside. And he cruises into the end zone, and he's lined up once again to kick it away to the Sharyland Rattlers as they look for their second possession. John, you were talking about a dogfight before this game started, and we're here. 2 possessions for the Tigers, a touchdown, 1 play, maybe 2 plays for the Rattlers, and we have a touchdown. 14-7 is the score.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth action here. This is kind of what I anticipated due to. And I had never seen the Floresville Tigers, but with what they put on paper, it looked like it was going to be an intriguing matchup for both sides, and it looks like we're going to have a shootout here.
So a shootout at Richard Thompson as Fuller gets that one away. It's going to be Gonzalez who just lets that one go into the back of the end zone. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rattlers at their own 25-yard line. So they're set up once again at their own 25. Well, they got to find something to do here. You know, they got a nice play there, a nice little end-around play. That was Alex Gonzalez who took it out. That was about a 75-yard run for the touchdown. And here we are once again, different formation. Looks like an empty set for Lopez as he motions over his running back. Guerrero in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, motions him back out to the left. We might find a screenplay here, and it's going to be a little bubble screen to the right. And the Tigers are there. They read it like a book. Number 21 running quick to the ball is Ashton Garza making the play. They're the senior defensive back making a play for the Tigers.
Yeah, Garza there making a huge play in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 4 there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Garza read it the whole way, slip past his blocker, and makes tackle in the backfield.
So here we are, 2nd and 14 now. Ball at the Rattlers 22. They're going to hand it off down the middle. Guerrero gets it, and he goes for a couple yards. Might go back to the original line of scrimmage, or he might be short one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 now. As the Tigers were there for the tackle. The Rattlers, not to what we saw in play number 1. They need 11 yards to keep the drive alive. We'll see what coach comes out of here. Coach Craig Krell. We'll see what he pulls out in his back pocket on this next play. 3rd and 11. Lopez motioning over his man Gonzalez. They're going to roll out to the left-hand side, sets his feet, fires one off, and it's going to be intercepted by the Tigers. Number 17, Gavin LaFleur takes it back, and the Tigers are back on offense once again.
And a huge momentum change there as we were expecting teams to just answer back and forth on the scores, and Floresville forces a turnover here in great territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 19-yard line here, already in the red zone, and Floresville in good territory here.
Great territory for the Tigers, as you mentioned. They're down to they basically just flipped spots on the field. You know, the defense came out, the offense came on, took it back to the line of scrimmage. They only had I believe that looks like 19 yards to go from up here on the press box. And Fuller is going to fake the handoff. They're going to launch it to the right-hand side. He has his man beat, but just too much as it goes out of bounds. The pass goes incomplete, as it was intended for Nate Luther, the senior wide receiver, number 4. $6:11 left to play here in quarter number 1. Floresville leads 14-7 as they take the handoff and they cut it up the middle. Different running back in the backfield as he pushes forward for more yards. It's Daniel Arellano. As we haven't seen Murphy come onto the field ever since he got that his helmet knocked off. John will hope he's all right. I think I can see him here talking to his athletic trainer. So we'll hope to see a return from him. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, as Fuller takes the handoff back again to Arellano, and the flag comes in alongside with it.
Yeah, I really hope Murphy can come back to this game. You know, you just hate seeing big-time players have to leave due to injury, but we'll wait and see what the flag's going to be here. Floresville hoping it's not against them because they're in pretty good position here.
So it was a holding on the Tigers on number 61. That was Eugene Cortez. You know, we look at the roster, John, it's pretty big senior class here for the offensive and defensive line for Floresville. They have a couple of starters and a couple of skills guys, the seniors as well, but the big thing is, you know, their offensive defensive line. Fuller faked the handoff, rolling out to the right, has his man down in the flats. He catches it, he goes for a first down and a couple more to come along with it. And that's Tyler Pendlerick, the tight end, senior tight end at that, for the Floresville Tigers, taking them all the way down to goal situation.
Yeah, just a perfect play call there. They've executed the script perfectly here. A couple play action passes, really trying to get Sharyland's eyes stuck in the backfield, trying to attack the running back here.
So Fuller's going to hand it off once again. That's Ariano on the carry for Floresville as it goes nowhere. The ball was on the 8-yard line. We'll see if they spot him back to the original line of scrimmage, or they move him back a yard or move him up a yard. We'll see how generous the officials are feeling. They're saying it was a fumble down on the field, but they recovered it nonetheless. So here we are, 8 yards to go. 2nd and goal for the Tigers. Fade to the left-hand side. It's going to be caught for the touchdown. That's Preston Freeman. He had a big play to open up the game, and he has a touchdown here on number 4, Alex Gonzalez. And now the Floresville Tigers up 20-7 on the Sharyland Rattlers as we await the extra point.
Yeah, Freeman, just the big body there. They felt like they had a good advantage, a height advantage there. Freeman goes up, makes the catch, able to keep his toes in bounds, for 6 points.
So as we await the extra point from Josh Gonzalez, who gets it through the uprights, we get the nod and the hands up from the officials. That puts the Floresville Tigers up 21-7 with 4:21 left to play here in quarter number 1. We'll be back with a kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlem and South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Plan your...
And here we are, we're back. We're back here after the touchdown scored by Floresville. It was number 3, Preston Freeman, going up for the big grab, gets it, comes down, gets 2 feet in bounds. He only needed 1 in high school. He got both because, you know, it looks good on the highlight film. So here we are. Braden Fuller lining up to kick this one away on the left hash for the Floresville Tigers, as they're ready to get this one away. A couple more fans joined us here at Richard Thompson for Floresville. Their side is looking a little more Fuller. No pun intended to the Braden Fuller, who's about to kick this one away as he gets it up. It's going to be a short kick as they're going to run up to it. It's going to be number 7, Guerrero, as he rolls it to the right-hand side. He's going to go down at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Rattlers are going to start their 3rd possession with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, first time we're able to see a kickoff return in this ballgame. Guerrero brings it out for about a return of 11 there. They'll set up 1st and 10 here from the 30. Sharyland trying to get their offense back in rhythm here.
Back in rhythm is where they need to go because, you know, the first drive we saw, it was a 1-play, 2-play touchdown. The second drive ended up an interception, a touchdown for Floresville. That puts them up 21-7 right now. Let's see what drive number 3 has in store for the Rattlers. As Lopez takes the handoff down the middle, Guerrero gets it, shakes 1 tackler off from the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple more, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Rattlers. Maybe a 2nd and 5. We'll see where the spot's officially at. As they got 5 yards to go, they're going to mark them down at about the 40 or 35-yard line. So the first down marker is at the 40. with 3:47 and counting left to go here in quarter number 1. Lopez with a two-back split. Takes the handoff, hands it off to Gonzalez. Cuts it inside, and he's met by a gang of Tigers. And that's going to go for a gain of 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for Sharyland.
Sharyland trying to sustain the drive here, needing 4 here. Likely going to see a play action or maybe another bootleg here. Trying to get the offense back in rhythm and find the end zone here, trying to answer the Floresville touchdown.
Bootleg didn't work the last time. It turned into an interception as we go down to 3 minutes, 2:55 to be exact. Guerrero motions out. Lopez looks down for a strike to Gonzalez, who already has a touchdown here. He gets a big play for the Rattlers as they are in Tiger territory at the Tigers' 40-yard line. So a nice 20-yard gain, 25-yard gain there for Sharyland. Puts them up in good field position. They have a 1st and 10, 2:38 and counting here in quarter number 1. As they motion over Gonzalez, they hand it off on the jet sweep. He cuts it inside and gets tackled, rolls over the tackler for a gain of 5. Brings up a 2nd and 5 once again for the Rattlers.
Yeah, on that big first down play, for those of you listening on the radio, it was the Tigers in a cover 2 defense, and Alec Gonzalez runs right up the middle, right in between both safeties, able to make a big catch and slides enough for a first down.
Down to 2 minutes here in quarter number 1. Lopez hands it off. Play action, actually. He takes it out to Gonzalez. One of the other Gonzalez's makes 2 defenders miss, stays on his feet somehow, and he's going to go all the way down to the 13-yard line of the Floresville Tigers with 1:50 and counting left to go here in quarter number 1. A play like that, you know, you got playmakers on your field. That's why he's listed as an athlete. That's Alan Gonzalez. You know, he's only a junior, so Coach Quayle is pretty happy to have the Twins back for another season. As Lopez hands it off to Guerrero, he takes it to the left-hand side, has blockers, has a hole as it fills up, but not until he gets down to the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. Maybe a 2nd and 2 here for the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, big hole for Guerrero there, able to squeeze through the left side and tries to turn up the field, trying to cut it back outside. Eventually gets wrapped up and brought down only after a gain of 8. So 2nd and 2 here for the Rattlers from the 5.
2nd and 2, Lopez. He's going to get the quick out route to the left-hand side, and that pass goes incomplete. It was Diego Zavala who had to step on his man. A nice quick out route. It's something, you know, a lot of teams try and look for. They go for the fade more, but when the corner's backed up and, you know, you have cushion, why not take the 5-yard out? It might pay off. Almost paid off there for Sharyland, but they just couldn't get the timing down. This timing's everything here in football. We're down to 55 seconds in quarter number 1. Sharyland Rattlers knocking on the door. As Lopez motions Guerrero to the other side. And once again, they get the 5-yard out, and Zavala comes down with it as he played back once again. You know, you see the cushion that he has. If you rewind it, if you're watching on YouTube, you could rewind it just a bit, and you can see the cushion that the corner gave Zavala, and that just turned into 6 points for the Rattlers as they're going to take every advantage that they can here. It's going to be in Guma as they're going to go for 2, actually. They find a man open as it goes incomplete. The 2-point conversion almost paid off. It was Jake Benya who was intended for. And here we are. It stays at 13-21. Floresville leads the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, Brandon speaking from true experience there. Brandon played the wide receiver position, so he understands what it means that to have that cushion and how to counter it. So great input there from Brandon. And in 6 points for the Rattlers, unable to connect on the 2-point conversion.
We're going to be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live in just a bit.
Or both. Sun sun rises and sun sets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here at Fruya, and you? Sky's the limit.
Welcome back here to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman, accompanied by John Trevino here in the booth. We're calling the Floresville Tigers and Sharyland Rattlers game. It's going to be in Guma, setting up to kick it off to Floresville once again. And he's going to boot that one into the end zone as the Tigers are going to set up back with a 1st and 10 at their own 25 once again. Drive number 4, drive number 3 for the Tigers, John. You know, they had pretty good field position off the interception from Gavin LaFleur. And here they are. They got 75 yards to travel. What do you think they do here with 49 seconds left and the upper hand in quarter number 1?
Yeah, they're likely just going to try and stick to the game plan here. What they've been doing has been working, and there's no reason to shy away from it. They're doing excellent. The offense coordinator calling a great game here in this first quarter, unaware if it's sticking to the script or continuing just to call the plays as he has a feel for it, but it's completely working here.
Handoff down the middle. Actually, it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Fuller. That's going to go past the 30 up to the 31. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 now for Sharyland. Or excuse me, for Floresville. Sharyland on the defensive end right now. Looking for a stop. They get one stop here. They get back in the end zone. They might have to go for 2 for tie it, unless the coaches feel comfortable. Like, hey, you know, we trust our players, we trust our team. Let's keep it. Let's go for 1. Get the points we can get. As Fuller's gonna hand it off down the middle. The Rattlers are there for a huge stop, as he might pick up maybe just 1 yard. It was number 14 on the carry, Daniel Arellano. As that's gonna do it for quarter number 1. They're gonna switch sides. So John, first quarter, 21-13, a handful of points and touchdowns have been scored here. What do you look forward to? I know we were talking about it's going to be a shootout. We just didn't know it was going to be a shootout like this.
Yeah, defensively, just both teams need to make adjustments on the fly. But offensively, both teams just using all their weapons. You know, besides the 1 interception that Sharyland threw, it's been a great game for both sides. And you know, if they can just get back on track and get a stop on defense, they're right back in it.
That is true. We take away the interception, and you know, it turns into it's still at a 13 or 14-13, assuming they just go for the extra points. A 14-14 ball game. So we'll see what happens here. A 3rd and 3 for the Floresville Tigers, as they're looking for a first down to keep the drive alive. They're at their own 20. Excuse me. They're at their own 31-yard line. Fuller handing it off to Adriano. He's going to keep it for himself. The Rattlers are there for the stop as they come up big. It's going to be a 4th and maybe 1 as Fuller got it, and I believe they're going to keep their offense on the field on this 4th and 1. We'll see if the Sharyland Rattlers can come up with a big stop here, John. If not, or if they do, well, it's Sharyland's ball. We were talking about they need 1 stop to stay in this one. We'll see what the Floresville Tigers do here. Fuller trying to draw him off sides. He's looking to the sideline for a different play call. As the play clock goes down to 2, we're going to get a timeout, and then they're going to figure some things out, and we're going to figure out what happens after this here on Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And we're back here. Timeout is still going on. Both teams, okay, finally ended. Both teams back on the field. A 4th and 1. John, what do you think they do here?
Yeah, no, they definitely just wanted to see if Sharyland would jump off sides. They'd bring out the punt unit here, and Sharyland gets the stop they needed. However, need to be aware of any fakes. They're not throwing back any returners here. Now they'll throw back one a little bit late, but it's more of a punt return safe man here. They're just getting ready for any fakes or anything like that.
A 4th and 1, 11-14 left to play here in quarter number 2. And now they're sending back a second returning man that's going to be lined up about halfway from Gonzalez. It's going to be number 50 back to punt it away for the Tigers. Caden Angle, as he gets out on a nice punt there. It's going to be Gonzalez. It takes a Tiger punt. He picks it up, runs to the right-hand side, has a blocker, might outrun one defender, but he's met by the gang and a pack of Tigers. So here we are. Rattlers needed to stop, John. They got it. It's a 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. They got 70 yards to travel and 11 minutes here in the second quarter to go.
Yeah, they put themselves exactly right where they want to be. Despite that early blunder, they're still right in this ball game, needing a touchdown to make it still in the one-possession game here.
Might go for 1, or might just kick the extra point if they get the touchdown, or we'll see if they go for 2. They almost had it the last time, but they got to get in the end zone first. Lopez is in a 2-back split, 2 receivers at the bottom to the left as he motions out Gonzalez. They're going to hand it off to Guerrero down to the left-hand side. Stays on his feet, stumbles, but able to recover as he goes down for a nice little gain, maybe 8 yards on that carry. We're going to see if it brings up a 2nd and 8 or a 2nd and 2 here for the Rattlers. It's actually a 9-yard carry. We thought it was an 8 from up here. 2nd and 1 it is. Lopez in the shotgun alongside Guerrero. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. They're going to be a quick RPO option as it's going to be intended for number 1, Alan Gonzalez. As it looks like number 3, Diego Zavala, got a little tip on the ball. Hit it just a bit. The clock stops with 10:25 as the Rattlers are now faced with a 3rd and 1. We'll see what they do here. Lopez looks to the sideline for a different play call. Gets it, takes the snap, hands it off down the middle. Guerrero has it. We're a 1st down and a couple more to come along with it. Huge 3rd down play there for the Rattlers, and they convert as it goes in their favor.
Yeah, he was met at the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, the tackler did go low there, so Guerrero flips over enough for the 1st down there, and Sharyland keeps the drive alive.
So here we are. Lopez is in the empty set. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Last time they were here, it was a little bubble screen. And it's going to be different this time. It's going to be an RPO as Guerrero comes up with the catch there. Able to shake off one defender. That was Ian Rivera on the defensive end for the Tigers. Getting a little grip on Guerrero's shoulder pads, but he was able to come out with a nice little possession catch as we're down to 9 minutes and 40 seconds in quarter number 2. Floresville still leads 21-13. It's a 2nd and 1. There's going to be another little bubble screen out to Gonzalez, the left-hand side. He has blockers, and he has a 1st down and a lot more as they go all the way down to the Tiger 36-yard line. We'll see what the official spot is. Hold on. It's going to be the Tigers 39-yard line officially. 9:17 and counting here. A 1st and 10 for the Sharyland Rattlers. 2-back split once again. 2 receivers to the right, 1 at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Guerrero or to Gonzalez. And he's going to go for just a short carry of 1.
Yeah, nice little play on 1st down. Unfortunately, the Tigers ready for that one. all over it. They meet him at the line of scrimmage, and Gonzalez able to push forward for a gain of about 1. They're 2nd and 9 here for the Rattlers.
Yeah, so a 2nd and 9 here for Sharyland. 8:43 and counting here in quarter number 2. A 2-back split for the Sharyland Rattlers. Same formation again. They're going to fake the handoff. Lopez stays back in the pocket, finds his receiver. That is Diego Zavala for a huge first down gain for the Sharyland Rattlers. 8:16, it stops the clock as the chains move over. They're all the way down to the Tigers, the 15-yard line now, and they're knocking on the front door. We'll see if Floresville lets them in.
Yeah, Sharyland's offense answering the bell. They played pretty well ever since the turnover, and they're continuing a fight here inside the red zone, trying to find their way in here.
Down to the last 8 minutes of quarter number 2. They're going to hand it off to Guerrero. Looks for a hole. He's going to get a nice little push from his offensive lineman as he makes it all the way down for a 6-yard carry. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 at the Tigers' 10-yard line. 7:37 and counting here at Richard Thompson Stadium. Only 10 yards to go as the Rattlers knocking on the front door. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lopez takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Guerrero. Stays patient in the backfield, and he's going to be going down the left-hand side as everyone on the Sharyland Rattlers side is looking for a horse collar. And he got a hand on it just a bit on the horse collar, but, you know, he let it go. So it's going to be a 1st and goal. They got a fresh set of downs. They got 4 downs, and they got 4 yards to go.
Yeah, excellent job staying patient. They're able to bounce it. It looked like it was designed to go inside, able to bounce it all the way outside and tackle down inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal here from the 4.
That's going to be another handoff to Guerrero. Goes to the right-hand side, cuts it to the left, and they're in the end zone for 6 more points. The Sharyland Rattlers answering back. They have 19 to Floresville's 21. And looks like they're gonna line up for 2. The last time they went for 2, they didn't get it. They were lined up for a fake field goal. So that puts them at 19. They want to tie it up here. It's gonna be a quarterback Wildcat option, and it's going to be number 4, Alex Gonzalez, getting into the end zone, and we're tied up at 21-21 here at Richard Thompson.
Yeah, great play. That we've seen that. I've seen that a couple times. Once they get down inside the 5, they like to take Gonzalez out of the Wildcat, just provide that extra blocker for the quarterback. This time able to find his way in the end zone. Took a big shot at the end of it, able to cross the line right before it. We're all squared up at 21.
We're all tied up at 21 it is. We'll be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
Onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And we're back here with the kickoff, and Guma is lining up to kick it away for the Sharyland Rattlers. Three returners back deep, and Nguma is running up to the football, and he gets this one away, tied up at 21 all. They're going to let it fly to the back of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and the Floresville Tigers, another possession, and they look to score. The Rattlers tied up at 21. after a 3 and out. They punted it away their last possession. What do we look to see here, John?
Yeah, no, in this last position, we kind of saw how much they're missing their main man, Murphy. Now they'll look to try to navigate the offense without him. I believe he's making his way back out into the field here. Yes, he is. So Murphy back in the lineup here. We'll see how this offense answers the bell here. All squared up at 21.
Yeah, so we haven't seen Murphy on the field since drive number 2, and here he goes once again. He's lined up in the pistol as Fuller's going to hand it off. Murphy gets the carry down the left-hand side, and a weapon to be reckoned with as he takes that all the way down to the Tigers, I believe, 39-yard line. But we're going to have a holding down on the field as it came from one of the receivers blocking downfield. It's going to go back as we wait for the official. Here he is. We're going to turn it over to him. So there's a holding on the offense. It sets them back 10 yards. And we'll see where the 10-yard marker is. It's going to be from the spot of the foul, 10 yards back from the spot of the foul. So they're going to put him all the way up at the Tigers. I believe that to be the 29-yard line. So what would have been a first down turns into a first and 6. Same formation. Murphy takes the handoff, makes a little dance down at the goal line, falls forward for a couple more as he makes it all the way down to about the 32, 33-yard line. It's going to be at the 33, and they only need about 3 yards to go. So a 2nd and 3 and a first down, or yeah, 2nd and 3. They replayed the first down, so here we go once again. 2 receivers to the right-hand side of Murphy. Fuller as he takes the handoff for himself. Quarterback keeper crosses the 35-yard line, and a first down for the Floresville Tigers. Once again, they keep the drive alive.
Yeah, excellent job on the quarterback keeper there. Fuller able to get around the edge with the lead blocker out in front. Gets around the edge, going to get enough for a first down there. Fresh set of chains here for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from about the 32.
So 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Floresville Tigers. A play action to Murphy. Fuller steps back in the pocket, has a man deep down the field. It goes incomplete, and he overshot him by about 5 yards. So a play that probably could have ended up in a touchdown. That was intended for number 3. Preston Freeman ends up in a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, so Freeman looking to be the guy. He's been the only receiver to get a couple targets here in this ball game, and that's their guy they want to take a couple deep shots on. He's got from what it seems like, he's got a speed advantage and a height advantage, so it's an excellent matchup there if you're Floresville.
Yeah, he had the big catch to open up the game, and then a touchdown already on his stat sheet as they hand it off to Murphy. He tries to cut it to the outside, but gets tripped up as he gets down to about the 49, only 1 yard short of the 50. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4, maybe a 3rd and 3 for the Floresville Tigers. So 4:47 and counting here in quarter number 2. And the Floresville Tigers trying to get a first down, trying to keep control of the clock here in the 2nd quarter as they hand it off down to Murphy down the middle, and he gets met at the line. Sharyland thinks they got the stop, a 4th down stop, but it looks like he made it right back to the first down marker. We're going to see where the official spot is as he crossed the 50, and they're going to mark him a 4th and 1 now, John, maybe 4th and inches. We didn't get an official spot. There's 4:14 left to play.
Yeah, if you're Floresville, you're definitely going for it here, just due to the fact that Sharyland does get the ball after the half. You don't want them to get that 2-for-1 special, but you see the defensive linemen trying to tell each other, don't jump.
As Murphy gets the handoff inside zone, he gets the first down and a couple more to go along with it. There's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Floresville Tigers at their own 49. Now they're at their own 49-yard line. Before they were at the 44-yard line, so I apologize for that. 3:40. They're looking to control the rest of the second quarter just before the halftime break. It's going to be a pump fake. Fuller steps in the pocket, has a receiver deep down the field, bobbles it, and it goes incomplete. Once again, it's intended for Preston Freeman. A one-on-one matchup. Defending there with a nice coverage was Ricky Vasquez on the defending there. 2nd and 10 now. They're going to hand it off to Arellano, but Fuller's going to keep it for himself. Met by some Rattlers, and he goes for a loss of 2, but a flag down on the field. We'll see where they spot the Tigers. It might be on offense, it might be on defense. It could go one or two ways. Either it's 10 yards back or 10 yards forward. Here's the call from the official. So it's going to be a holding on the offense. That was on number 60, Patrick Silva. As they're going to, it would have been a 2nd and 20, but Coach Crail is going to decline it, and it's going to put the Tigers at a 3rd and 12. A smart play there, not give them an extra down. You know, they have a powerhouse offense. They can move the ball whenever they want, how they want. And it's a 3rd and 12 now for the Floresville Tigers. Fuller drops back to pass, fires it out to the right-hand side, and a little miscommunication on the route as a flag comes in late. Once again, we got to wait for the official, and here's a call. And it's going to be a hands to the face, a personal foul for the Sharyland Rattlers. So it would have been a 4th and 12, and maybe Sharyland gets the ball back. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Floresville Tigers down in the Sharyland territory. They might spot it, or they are going to spot it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, just a simple mistake there. Sharyland just about to get out the field. They get caught. They get called for hands to the face there. It's going to give Floresville a fresh set of downs here.
Handed back off to Arellano, and the Sharyland defense gets another stop as he goes back to the original line of scrimmage. And they're starting to fire off on all cylinders here, John. They're getting the pass rush. The defensive backs are getting the stops. They're getting pass breakups. Pressure's getting to Fuller as he just has to let him go. You know, this Sharyland defense is really coming alive here late in quarter number 2.
Yeah, they really turned the tide after they stopped Floresville to tie back the ball game. And they haven't looked back since. You know, that penalty is the only thing that's keeping them on the field right now. But 2nd and 11 after a tackle for loss there.
2nd and 11, 2:20 left to play. Play action pass by Fuller, rolling out to the left-hand side, lets it fly out of bounds, and it goes incomplete. It brings up a 3rd and 11 now as the clock stops at 2:13. We're going to see what Floresville has in their back pocket right now. So a 3rd and 11 here for the Rattlers. They need a stop here as the Tigers need a 1st down. Defense has been coming up big. Sharyland Rattlers showing pressure as we get a timeout called just before the play is snapped. And that's going to be on Floresville. And we'll be back with this after the timeout here on Real Sports Live. 2:11 left to play in quarter number 2. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Via, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc.
And we're back here right after the timeout taken by the Floresville Tigers. It's a 3rd and 11 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. They got to figure something out. We already mentioned that the Sharyland Rattlers firing on all cylinders. We're going to see what happens here. Pressure comes. A quick out route. It's going to fall incomplete as the pass was intended for Brandon Cortez. It brings up a 4th down and 11 with 2:07 left to play. John, hit us with a punchline.
Yeah, it's a situation. You're at your in Sharyland territory, but you're at the 39, and you're too short to punt it away, but you're also too long to kick a field goal here. So it's 4 down territory here, 4th and 11 here for the Floresville Tigers.
We'll see if we get a shot down the field or another handoff to number 5, Darian Murphy, unless we get a screen pass. Only time will tell. Fuller jogs back to pass, has the out route, steps up because the pressure's coming. He's scrambling out to the right-hand side, looking for a 1st down. He goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover on downs as the Sharyland Rattlers come up big. As there is a little bit of confusion down on the field by some of the coaches, but they're going to get it squared away. Looks like Fuller was like, hey, man, why didn't I get a 1st down? He probably thought it was a lot closer than it was, but it doesn't matter. It's a 1st and 10 for the Sharyland Rattlers at their own 39-yard line with 1:56 left to play.
Yeah, huge stop on the Rattlers for defense, able to recover after the huge penalty there. Now 2-minute drill here, 1:56 left to go in this first half, and Sharyland trying to get the 2-for-1 special, trying to score here, and it scored before the half.
Lopez, quick out route to Zavala, juggles it, and he is gonna get that one incomplete on the sideline. They were looking for a quick pass out to Zavala on the Sharyland Rattlers sideline for a 1st down, catch it, go out of bounds, take their time, get a different play call in. If he would have been tackled inbounds, we have to rush back to the line of scrimmage. But right now, the Rattlers look cool, calm, collective, as the Floresville Tigers are looking for a huge stop here. There's 1:51 left to play. They're at their own 35 correction, and it's a 2nd and 10. Lopez hands it off to Guerrero, makes a couple of Tigers miss, and he's going to take that all the way down for a 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Rattlers.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. We didn't see a timeout from Floresville. They only have 1 left, so likely hanging on to that one. 3rd and 4 here for the Rattlers.
Sharyland still has all 3 timeouts. Lopez drops back to pass, steps up, feels the pressure, has a man over down the middle of the field. It's number 6, Cole Gerlach. He's listed as a quarterback here on the roster, but he also plays receiver. He can do it on the field, and he can do it on the diamond. A very special player for the Sharyland Rattlers has come around baseball season. You're going to see a lot of him. Down to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Lopez, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Guerrero in the backfield. He steps back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and launches one back to Gerlach down the middle of the field. A quick dig route, and he gets that all the way down to the Tigers' 20-yard line, and there's Coach Quayle running onto the field. Hey, timeout, 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 timeout. As they're going to, calm the nerves just a bit with 53 seconds left. They got 20 yards to go.
Yeah, so he finds Gerlach on back-to-back plays there. Gerlach was actually the backup quarterback. He played most this season due to Lopez breaking his collarbone. Lopez came back a couple weeks ago, but Gerlach able to play his role. And, it's hard to find a team player like that where he played quarterback the whole season, and then Lopez comes back, retakes his spot. But you see Gerlach getting it done on the offensive side of the ball here.
Yeah, so a team player right there. They're about to break the huddle, both teams, they're discussing it. Coach Quayle and his offensive coordinator Coach Ben, yeah, really discussing hard about what they want to do here. These next 20 yards, these last 53 seconds. You have momentum on your side. You have the home crowd on your side. You know, anything can happen here, though. We've seen crazier things. Floresville come up with a huge stop, huge interception, punch the ball out. You never know. So we're not going to call anything too early. We're not going to call anything too late. We're going to let the play out. As Lopez has two receivers to each side, his left and right. He motions over Gonzalez. It's going to be a jet sweep to the left-hand side, and he's going to be tripped up as he's going to take that for maybe a yard on that last jet sweep. Clock is going to continue to roll once again. As they're rushing back to the line of scrimmage, we're down to the final 36 seconds here in quarter number 2. They do have a kicker with a nice leg on him, so we can boot it through as Lopez drops back to pass, has his receiver Zavala, and he's going to catch it and go into the end zone for 6. So they're going to keep Nguma on the sideline for the 3 points. They're going to hit it over to number 3, Diego Zavala, for the touchdown.
Zavala, I believe that's his second touchdown grab of the night. Having an excellent one so far. Lopez able to find him before the half ends, and they take a 27-21 lead, pending the extra point here with 20 seconds left to go in the first half.
And Nguma lines up. The kick is up, away, and through the uprights it goes as the Sharyland Rattlers take a 28-21 lead here at Richard Thompson Stadium. We're going to be back with a kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
High quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
So here we are back right where we want to be. 28-21, Rattlers lead at their own home stadium. The team, or I believe they're feeding off the energy of the fans. You know, you got the home field. Everyone's on their feet. The student section's on their feet. The cheerleaders can't stop cheering. The band's warming up for their halftime show. You know, it's just a great environment to be at, as Nguma is going to get ready to kick it away to the Floresville Tigers, who are working with 20 seconds left. As he boots that one out into the end zone, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, Sharyland really answering the bell there. They fell behind in that first quarter, answered right back. They stormed back, tied it up 21-21. Now they get another stop on defense, and the Rattlers come out and take the lead with 20 seconds to go in this first half. We'll see what Floresville decides to do here. Only one timeout, so I anticipate one kneel down or maybe one rushing play to Murphy, and they'll take it to the half.
We've seen them take shots down the field before. We'll see if they do that again. Fuller's going to be talking to the head official, be like, hey, you know what, move the ball over. We want it on the right hash, not right exactly in the middle. So they move the ball to the right hash. John, they have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right of Fuller. Let's look for maybe a quick 5 and out, a 10 and out, or maybe 4 verts. We'll see what happens. 0 coverage. They're going to hand it off to Murphy. Makes 1 cut and makes another as he goes down, and we'll see if they burn a timeout. And it doesn't look like it. There's 7 seconds left to go with a 2nd and 2. And it looks like the Floresville Tigers are going to take it to the half as the Sharyland Rattlers leading 28-21 here at Richard Thompson Stadium. The fans are on their feet. Everyone's cheering as their Rattlers are on top here as we head to the halftime break. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to, let the clock run just a bit. We're going to be back with a little halftime show for you from John and I. We're going to let the band play out, and we're going to be back in just a moment. So, go back, pop some popcorn. We're going to be back in a bit here on Real Sports Live.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Retos Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away, but they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white events. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown. I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburgh Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Rectos Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
We're the Lifer Cheerleaders, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Eddie Burgella and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white events. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
And welcome back here to Real Sports Live. About to get the second half underway here at Richard Thompson Stadium. The Tigers and the Rattlers both in their tunnels about to run out. And John, you know, we're talking during halftime. We're like, let's tell the people that don't know, that are just watching for, just for fun. They have nothing to do on a Friday night, and they want to listen to the game. Let's talk about how their season went. I'm going to turn it over to you for the Sharyland Rattlers football season. Here you go.
Yeah, so the Rattlers had an excellent season. They caught a share. It was a three-way share for the district title. They come in at 8-2, 7-1 district play. They toppled Pace 42-20 start of the season. Lost to Brownsville Hannah 37-26. They handled Ed Couch 31-21. Beat PHA Southwest 54-21. They lose to Mission Veterans Memorial 27-14. They beat Mercedes on the road 28-21. They beat Pioneer at home 38-10. They toppled PHA Memorial 46-0. Beat Valley View 46-0 and finish off the season with a win against Roma at 41-7. So that brings them 8-2, bringing them into a perfect by-district ball game here against the Floresville Tigers.
Yeah, so you were mentioning earlier how quarterback Lopez went down against the Hannah game. That's their first game they lost in week 2. He came back, and, this district was real shaken up. It was like, who's going to win first? Who's going to come out? We did have a 3-way tie at the end of things, and we turned it over to the Floresville Tigers football season, something we don't know much about. But, you know, they had an Antonian Prep. That was a 42-41 win in overtime. They had San Antonio Southwest 36-13. Southwest Legacy out of Von Omri 44-41 win. San Antonio Southside 34-21. La Vernia 37-35. Alamo Heights a 36-29 loss. They beat Lockhart. Tivy out of Kerrville. They lost to Bernie Champion. As it looks like the Floresville Tigers are going to be coming out of the half with an onside kick, and they're going to get the ball back. Just like that, we thought that Sharyland was going to score and they're going to get the ball back, but Coach Krell's down on the field, be like, "Hey man, what's going on here? What's the call? I thought it's supposed to go past a certain amount of yardage," but that's not the case. So instead of the Sharyland Rattlers starting off on offense first, it's going to be the Floresville Tigers.
Yeah, and Floresville just stealing an absolute possession here to start off the second half. They really needed it as they couldn't afford Sharyland to go up 2 scores. Now they're only down 1 score. They're right back in it, 28-21, with 24 minutes left to go in this second half.
So the first play of the second half gets a handoff to Murphy down the left-hand side. He's going to go out of bounds, but the clock's going to roll. 11:53 and counting. As we finish off this season, their final loss of the season came from Bernie Champion. It was a 35-28 loss, and then their last home game was out of they beat Medina Valley 26-6, and that put them here with another 8-2 record. You know, it wasn't a big district win for a big district thing for them. They finished third with a 3-2 record. As we have a fumbled snap, Fuller's going to pick it up and he's going to take it back and he's going to recover it. So that saves another possession, another turnover right here, as it almost went back to the Sharyland Rattlers. It's going to be a 3rd and maybe 14, maybe 15 here for the Floresville Tigers, as the Sharyland Rattlers came out with a pretty good defensive scheme. I'm pretty sure they had a good offensive couple plays lined up, but they got to hold off just a bit longer for that to go. 11-21, Fuller dropping back to pass, has a man open, incomplete, and almost intercepted by Alan Gonzalez as it goes right through the hands of number 6, Brandon Cortez, and the Sharyland Rattlers come out with a 3-and-out, John.
Yeah, excellent job defensively from the Rattlers to be able to maintain that. There's an injury break on the field. The injured Rattler. That's going to be Alec Gonzalez, still standing around trying to see if it's just a cramp or something. Hopefully he's able to come back in this ball game. But a great stop for the Sharyland defense. They get surprised by the onside kick, able to come back, bear down, and make the stop here. They'll send him out in a 3-and-out, and Gonzalez able to walk off the field. The trainers will try to figure out what's going on with him on the sidelines. The punt unit comes out for both sides, and Sharyland trying to get back the ball, take another lead here.
So they had to hold off that offensive script just for a couple of plays, only 4 plays of what it took, and they're going to be back on offense as they have 2 returners back. It's going to be number 5, Thomas Robinson, and Alan Gonzalez. It's a high snap for the punt, but he handles it as it goes out of bounds. We're going to see where the official markers at for the official side go or fly out, as the Rattlers going to be back on offense. 11:07 with a 1st and 10. As we wait to see where the official spot is. And it's going to be at the 32-yard line for the Sharyland Rattlers, and that's where they're going to start their first drive of the second half. So Floresville taking all the chances possible here in a bi-district round playoff, comes out with an onside kick to open up the second half. They come up empty. Now the Rattlers are on offense. Lopez takes a snap. They're going to RPO it out to Zavala on a huge catch. It's going to go for a 1st and 10 and more, but a flag comes in late from the back judge. We're going to see where that goes. And it looks like it's going to be a holding on the defense, or a face mask on the defense. That's what the side judge is indicating, and we're going to turn it over to the official for the call. going to be a 1st and 10 here for the Rattlers. It was a 1st and 10 nonetheless, but it's going to be a couple more yards added at the end of the play. So 15 yards to the spot of the foul. So that's going to put them like about a 25-yard play there. And they're going to be in Tiger territory at the Tigers' 44-yard line. So another 1st and 10, this time in Tiger territory. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lopez is going to hand it off once again. This time it's Guerrero taking it as he falls forward for a huge gain all the way down to about the 38-yard line with a 2nd and maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, great call after the penalty there. Sharyland already in Tiger territory. They're able to capitalize on the penalty. Huge play on 1st down. Goes for about 7, maybe 6. It's gonna be a gain of 6 there on 1st down. 2nd and 4 here for the Rattlers.
So Lopez now in a 2-back split. It's going to be Gonzalez who gets the handoff, tries to make something happen. He goes backwards, and they're always saying run north and south, not east and west. And he went southwest on that one, or northwest, we could say. It pushes him back a couple more yards. So what was a 2nd and 4 turns into maybe a 3rd and 7 as he lost 3 yards on that last play. We're down to 10 minutes here in quarter number 3. So a 3rd and 8 exactly for the Sharyland Rattlers as they have 2 receivers on each side of the ball. It's going to be Lopez motioning out Guerrero, dropping back to pass. Has Gonzalez open down the middle of the field on the seam, and he hurdles over the white line and is in the end zone untouched. And the Sharyland Rattlers strike 34-21 here in quarter number 3.
Just an excellent call there. Looked like Lopez saw the blitz coming, had to get rid of it quick. Saw Gonzalez running down the middle of the field, able to beat him, able to beat his man, excuse me, in a 1-on-1 situation down the middle of the field. Walks into the end zone.
And Guma gets the extra point through the uprights, and the Rattlers lead 35-21. We'll be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
And we are back here after the touchdown. The kickoff is underway, and Nguma is setting it up on the kicking tee. And the Rattlers, 35-21. They scored just before the half. They were going to get the ball coming out of the half, but Floresville went for an onside kick. They recovered. Sharyland got a 3-and-out. They got the ball back, and then Lopez and Gonzalez did the rest. It's 35-21. The Sharyland Rattlers lead, and Nguma kicks it away to the Floresville Tigers as they have 3 returners back deep. And it's going to be returnable for the first time here tonight down the center line. It's going to be number 6 on the return for Floresville, Brandon Cortez. And we're going to see where the official marker is at, where they spot him down. And John, 35-21, the Rattlers, they had a burst of explosion. They're up 2 touchdowns. What do you do here if you're Floresville?
You got to start taking a couple more shots down the field. We're likely going to see Murphy get involved in the pass game here, trying to get him down, trying to get him in open space and let him work his magic. We could see Freeman a little bit more involved in this offense here.
And here we are, 1st and 10 at the Tigers' 32-yard line. Murphy breaks loose for a huge gain as he takes all the way past the 50-yard line into Sharyland Rattler territory. They're going to be set up at the Rattlers' 41-yard line. John, you mentioned that you got to get Murphy involved, and he gets a huge gain, a huge carry here The momentum's going to carry over. Now they can do it on the ground. They got to do it in the air as well, but you got to get a stop on defense to make sure the whole game becomes complete. 1st and 10 at the Rattlers, 49. Fuller steps in, steps out, and just launches it away. It goes incomplete. It stops the clock with 8:58 here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, no, great pressure from the Rattlers, able to get all over Fuller there, force him into some pressure, has to throw it away on that one. 2nd and long here.
2nd and 10 with 8:54. Two receivers to the left and a tight end. Fuller and Murphy go for their quarterback speed option, and Fuller's going to keep it for himself as he rolls over. He's going to be down at about the 42-yard line is where they're going to spot him. And it's going to be a 3rd and short, maybe a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 4 to be exact. A 3rd down stop. Last time the Rattlers run a 3rd down, they forced the Tigers to punt it away. We'll see what they come up here, what they do. They got 3-4 defense, and their corners drop back just a bit. They're going to hand it off to Murphy. Fuller's going to keep it for himself, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Number 1, Alan Gonzalez. He just caught a touchdown, and he just made a huge 3rd down stop there for the Sharyland Rattlers as they are forcing the Tigers out of Floresville High School to punt this one away, but their offense is staying on the field, and you need a 1st down to keep this drive alive and stay in this ball game here.
Yeah, excellent job from Gonzalez. Reading RPO. Everyone else had man-to-man in the backfield. Gonzalez's man was stuck in the backfield, so able to veer off his man and go make the tackle in the backfield.
3 receivers to Fuller's left, 1 to the right. He's dropping back to pass. The pressure comes. He steps up in the pocket, and he rolls for a 1st down as he steps out of bounds right past the 1st down marker, and the drive is going to stay alive. There was people attacking Fuller. They had Tennessee Cano there, but he wasn't fast enough to get to Fuller in time. He gets a 1st down. The drive stays alive, and I can calm the nerves just a bit with 7:27 left to play here in the 3rd. You're not out of this one yet. You need a touchdown, you need a stop, and you need another touchdown. Seems like a lot, but the way these teams have been playing today, you know, anything's possible. Here's a 1st and 10. They hand it off to Murphy, and he is taken down in the backfield by number 31, Chris Gonzalez, the senior inside linebacker. But we do have a flag down on the field. Here's the official as they discuss what, you know, the call is. Here it is. So we got a dead ball foul that's going to be on the Rattlers. So the Tigers moving up 15 yards. John, explain to us what just happened.
So what he called there is a tripping call. You don't see it called too often, but it's a call where a referee definitely sees someone make a tripping attempt. A lot of hands in the air on the Sharyland sideline, saying we totally don't agree with that call. But you know, it is what it is. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers at just outside the 20.
Fuller dropping back to pass. Pressure comes again. He launches one to the corner of the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown, and number 4, Nate Luther, gets in the end zone. But we have another flag down on the field. This time it is thrown back on the sideline. We'll see what the call is. Here's the official once again. That's Cross Salinas jumping off sides there for the Sharyland Rattlers. They're going to decline it. They get a touchdown. And, John, they only trail by 1 this time. It's 35-27 as we await the extra point from number 18, Josh Gonzalez. 6:59, just 1 second away from the 7-minute mark flat here in quarter number 3. The kick is up from Gonzalez, and it is to the uprights.
So Floresville answers right back, able to capitalize on a couple of penalties there. The big penalty, the tripping penalty, and then they're able to take the shot down the field due to Sharyland being offsides. finds him in the back of the end zone. The toe touch once again, back into that same corner as the first one. And all of a sudden, 35-28, Floresville finds himself right back in it.
Yeah, so Tigers, still in this ball game. We never counted them out. We know they have an offense that can move the ball. They have a defense that can make turnovers, get stops. And, the same thing as we mentioned in the pregame, these two teams evenly matched on offense and defense, both sides of the ball. So we knew it was going to be a shootout. We just didn't know it was going to be more of a Big 12 game, as there's a lot of offensive, revolved around in this in the game. More touchdowns and more of a defensive game than what we saw yesterday down in Edinburgh, Texas. We were covering the Edinburgh Vela and San Benito game. It ended at a 17-7 score. A lot of running plays and a lot of defensive stops for both sides of the ball. But that puts us here. That was the pass. Edinburgh Vela moves on. We got to figure out who moves on here. We're going to figure that out in just about a little under 19 minutes. As there's 6:59 left to play in the third. And they get this one away. Fuller sends this one back to the end zone. And the Rattlers are going to take over at their own 25-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, so Sharyland gets a chance to come back out in the field. They scored pretty quickly on their first drive here in the second half. Looking to replicate that or put together a long sustaining drive, they can end up with some points. They do have one of the better kickers probably in the state, so look for him to be a viable weapon, especially already ahead by one possession. Look for them to try to take a 2-possession lead here with any sort of points for the Rattlers.
So both teams now onto the field. And it's Lopez with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and Guerrero in the backfield accompanying him. They motion over Gonzalez. The fake jet sweep, and they're going to pass it out to the other Gonzalez on the field, and he's going to be down with an injury as the pass goes incomplete. It stops the clock with 6:53. And it looks pretty serious, so we're going to take a commercial break. Once he's back on his feet, we're going to bring you back to the action here on Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburgh Vela, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And here we are back after the injury timeout. It was number 4, Alec Gonzalez, but he's A-OK. He's walked back on his own power. It might just be a couple of cramps, a couple of pickle shots will do, as Lopez fires one out to Zavala in the flats, and he gets a couple yards and more. A 6-yard pitch and catch there from Lopez to Zavala gives the Rattlers a 3rd and 4 to work with. So another 3rd down situation with 6:36 left to play. We've seen passes, we've seen screens, we've seen runs. What do you think Coach Krell calls here, John?
Yeah, they'll definitely try to find the hot man in Diego Zavala. And what I believe it could be a slant across the middle or maybe a double move action here. Floresville, out of that 3-4 defense, likes to bring a lot of pressure and leave their guys man-to-man.
So a 2-back split. It's going to be Lopez rolling out to the left, has a receiver open downfield, and he's covered like a safety blanket. It was number 9, Clay Pellick, quarterback / defensive back here on the roster. He gets a stop there, and the stop that the Tigers needed as well. This is going to be Sharyland's punt unit coming back onto the field with 6:07. A lot of time left to play. We're about 18 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in the full ball game, but 6:07 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Sharyland is going to be punting it away. It's going to be Nguma back to punt. And the lone returner, number 6, Brandon Cortez for the Tigers, as Cortez goes all the way back to their own 30. Takes a Tiger bounce, makes one Rattler miss and another one as he cuts it up the field down the left-hand side, has blockers and gets chased down from behind. That's number 27 saving the play, Marcos Esperanza, and there's going to be 2, not 1, but 2 injured Rattlers down on the field. So we're going to take another timeout break, and we'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing.
And we're back here on Real Sports Live. It was number 7, Alan Guerrero, and number 45, Moses Rodriguez. I believe they both bumped into each other on that last punt return, but they're both walked off the field. They're going to be accompanied by their athletic trainers on the sideline. Quick checkup, make sure everything's okay. We hope to see them back on the field very, very soon. But the Floresville Tigers, a 1st and 10 at their own 43. Fuller steps up, has a man deep, and it is incomplete as he had Preston Freeman wide open. He had to stop just a bit. Momentum was taking him too much forward, had to stop, redirect his body, but we have another flag down on the field, and it's going to be a flag on the defense for the Sharyland Rattlers, another costly penalty that's going to move the Tigers up once again.
Yeah, so after the play, roughing the passer call there, and it's going to push up the Tigers 15, and they've got great field position here, trying to find themselves, get back in this ball game and tie it up.
They're only down to 1 touchdown, and they can tie it up here on this next possession with 5:43 left to play in the 3rd. And they are all the way down into the Rattlers' 42-yard line now. Only 42 yards to go. Fuller has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Speed option. He's going to keep it to himself. Has Murphy. He finally hands it off to Murphy. Hurdles a defender. Still on his feet and goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. As Darian Murphy makes a huge play for the Floresville Tigers as he sets them up down in the red zone. The speed option worked to perfection as Murphy stayed right behind Fuller the whole time, and at the last second, just when Fuller was going down, boom, he hit it out to Murphy, and they're down 20 yards to go. Murphy gets the handoff now. Up the middle he goes, makes one defender miss, and he gets brought down to the 13-yard line with a 2nd and 3, I believe. Second and 3.
Yeah, back-to-back big plays there for the Tigers. All of a sudden, the momentum's on their side now after a couple big stops on offense, and they're on defense, excuse me. Now they're getting the offense rolling.
Momentum shifting on both sides of the ball. Right now, the Tigers have it. Murphy gets the ball, and the Tigers are there for the defensive stop in the backfield, but a flag comes in from the side judge. It was number 32 on the stop. Gabriel Guajardo, the outside linebacker. Here's the official on the call. So this time, Coach Croyle is going to accept the holding penalty, and it's going to knock him back. What was a 2nd and 3 turns into a 2nd and 12 for the Floresville Tigers, and it's just penalties that's been shooting these teams in the foot here late in the game. At the Tigers now back at the original line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line. They hand it off to Murphy, has a couple of defenders, and there's number 10, Tennessee Cano, making the tackle there for the Sharyland Rattlers, as Murphy makes it all the way back to the 15-yard line. A gain of 7 is going to turn into a 3rd and 5 up next for the Tigers. Third and 5 for Floresville. They take the snap, a speed option again. This time Fuller's gonna cut it inside, runs into his own lineman, and takes it all the way down to the 6-yard line with a 1st and goal. Goal situation here. They have 4 tries to punch it in, and we're gonna be all tied up here at Richard Thompson Stadium.
Yeah, it just looked like on that play that Sharyland wasn't getting the call from the sideline, still looking over the sideline when the ball was snapped. And Floresville takes full advantage of it there. 1st and goal here for the Tigers.
6 yards to go. Murphy gets the handoff down the middle, makes a cut, but the Rattlers are there for it. Tennessee Cano once again making a tackle as we have a helmet coming off. And looks like they have to take a playoff as emotions are starting to fly here at Richard Thompson. It's number 40 there, Hector Vargas. Has to come off for 1 play, and subbing in for him is going to be Jose Murillo, the defensive end. Looks like they're going to change the pace on the defensive line, John. They're going to bring in one more extra defensive with 3:22 left to play. Their need, I believe it's only 3 yards to punch it in. Fuller's going to take it to the left-hand side, and there he is for another touchdown as the Floresville Tigers get in the end zone, but another flag is going to be thrown on the play. And it's going to be a holding on the offense. That's number 33, Harris Roars, the tight end. Gets a holding call there. What would have tied the game up moves the Floresville Tigers back 10 more yards. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal all the way out from the 14-yard line, the 13-yard line to be exact. 3:08, and the clock continues to run here. Fuller and Murphy in the backfield. An extra tight end came in to block as they're going to play action to Murphy. Fuller rolls out to the right-hand side, has a receiver open, but it goes incomplete. I believe that was intended for number 33, Roars, as that brings up a 3rd and 13 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, just try to hit the open man just on the run to his right. Couldn't hit him in stride. Overshoots him a little bit, but that's good. Great pressure from the Rattlers. And it's going to be a big 3rd down here. 3rd and goal from the 13.
So here we are. The Rattlers can get a huge stop and keep themselves in this ball game with a 3rd and 13, a 3rd and goal. Murphy gets the handoff, and they're there at the line of scrimmage as he just gains 1 off of that one. It's number 51 with the initial contact of it. Luis Villarreal and Tennessee Cano, helping out, making sure Murphy goes down. It brings up a 4th and goal. And of course, they're going to take all 4 downs because they need to get in the end zone here with 2:19 left in the 3rd. The Rattlers are on their fans. The stands are buzzing as Fuller drops back to pass. They're going to go for the fade route to the left-hand side. Incomplete it goes. No penalty markers, and the Rattlers come up with a stop. Ricky Vasquez gets the stop there as the pass was intended for number 3, Preston Freeman. And now the Rattlers back on offense, John, with 2:06 here in the 3rd.
That's Vasquez's second huge pass breakup of this ball game. He had another one deep down the sideline there. Breaks up one in the end zone on 4th and goal. And that's gonna put the Rattlers back on offense, trying to take a 2-possession lead here with 2:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
So they're gonna try and ball control here or go up another score. We've seen that the Floresville Tigers can get in the end zone, but this Rattler defense is stepping up big as Lopez hands it off down the middle. Guerrero gets it, has a lane, gets a 1st down and more. As it's going to be a 12-yard carry for number 7, Alan Guerrero, and they move the chains once again. 1:58 and counting here in quarter number 3 as we wind down towards the end of it. Rattlers lead 35-28 as the ball is placed down at their own 28 4-yard line. Another handoff to Guerrero. Might be a face mask, and the flag comes in from the back judge. And here's the official with the call. And John, we looked at each other like, whoa, and you hear the fans as well. They're getting their reaction. The boos come in, of course. Why not? Let them roll. A first and 10. We saw a face mask. Everyone saw a face mask, but the official called the holding from the back. So it's a first and 10. It's now a second or a first and 20. And the ball's all the way back at their own 14-yard line. What was at their 24?
Yeah, I believe we were just looking at the wrong spot. Nonetheless, it's a first and 20 here for the Rattlers, trying to get all 20 yards back within 3 plays.
They motion out a man. They give it to Guerrero once again. This time it's clean. No flags on the play, as Guerrero's going to make it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 now for the Sharyland Rattlers as we head under the final 60 seconds of quarter number 3. And we will find out who moves on to the second round of the playoffs in just about 13 minutes of play, not of real time. 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As Lopez looks for Gerlach, it gets intercepted. The pass is going the other way, and that's Ian Rivera making another huge play for the Floresville Tigers. Just when we thought the Rattlers were going to go down, change the possession, go up 2, we told you, and we said, John, that the Floresville Tigers, their team, can force turnovers, and we see one there.
Yeah, excellent job from Rivera, staying right inside that slant lane. He had a feeling one was coming his way, just had to jump up and make the grab. He tips it up, catches it himself, and now once again, they're in great territory already inside the red zone, now at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Sharyland Rattlers trying to make a big stop here.
They hand it off to Murphy to the right-hand side, a missed tackle as he goes out of bounds just at the 14-yard line. And that is where the Tigers are going to start a 2nd and 8 run here. Fuller, another quarterback speed option. He's going to cut it inside, and he gets tackled inside the 5. Down maybe at the 4-yard line is where they're going to mark him. It's going to be a 1st and goal. So they got 4 yards to go. The last time we had a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line was when the Sharyland Rattlers punched it in with Guerrero, I believe. And here they are. This time it's the Floresville Tigers with a 1st and goal at the 4.
Yeah, no, last time we were here, we had a big penalty from Floresville that knocked them back 10, and they unfortunately couldn't punch in after that. This time,
Murphy gets the handoff. He goes nowhere. In the backfield for the Rattlers is the leading tackler, number 40 there, Hector Vargas, alongside Tennessee Cano, the 2 big defenders there, coming up with big stops as they flip fields. As the Tigers were going to the north end zone, they now are going to be scoring in the south end zone. So as they do that, we're going to take a quick break here on Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this in just a moment.
Love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And here we are back. A 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal now for the Rattlers. as they got to come up big. They got 5 yards, maybe 6 or 7 to stop the Tigers and punching it in the end zone. The Tigers now coming out of their huddle. They have one receiver to the left-hand side. It's number 3, Preston Freeman. We've seen a couple of fades go his way already as they motion over the whole offense. Might be a handoff to Murray. Counter play. He gets it in the end zone. Untouched he goes, and the Tigers score. Touchdown number 5 here. It's 34-35 as we await the extra point. Here is the Floresville Tigers band. And the extra point from Josh Gonzalez goes through the end zone, or through the uprights. And we're all tied up at 35 here at Richard Thompson Stadium. John, something we did not see coming, but we knew that the Tigers can force a turnover. We just didn't know where on the field it'd be. We didn't know it was going to be that close to their goal line. And now here we are tied up 35-35 in the fourth quarter.
You know, we've seen it from both teams. We saw Sharyland fall behind early due to a turnover, and they come back and tie it up, take the lead right before the half. And now we see Floresville fall behind by 2 possessions, and then they come back, force a big turnover in their own in Sharyland territory, and punch it in on 5 plays. And we're all scored up at 35 with just about a full quarter to go.
Only 5 seconds got shaved off that last play as the 11:55 on the clock officially as we're in the fourth quarter. The last couple minutes of by-district playoff action, and we're going to find out right now. It is still up in the air. It's like it's 0-0, like the game just started. We don't know who's going to advance. We don't know who's going to go home. So we're going to find out very, very soon. Right now the momentum's on the Floresville Tigers side of things as they've been putting some of the pieces of the puzzle together. They're just missing that one final piece on both sides. They're trying to fight to see who gets the final piece of the pie too. As that kick goes out of bounds from Fuller, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rattlers at their own 25-yard line. And they got to have a touchdown here. They got to punch this one in the end zone. They can't have a 3-and-out, John.
No, they definitely need to sustain some sort of drive, just keep the momentum here. Look for them to play a little bit cleaner. Maybe, if anything, they'll take a couple shots down the field, but nothing around the middle of the field to play, clean it up and work their way down the field.
We've seen them run the ball pretty good. We've seen them pass the ball fairly well. We'll see what they decide to do here. 1st and 10 at their own 25. They're going to motion it over to Gonzalez on a jet sweep, and he's going to go backwards as the Rattlers are going north. They end up going south there. They lose a couple, maybe 3 yards on that one. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 for Sharyland, but we do have a player down on the field, so we're going to be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting.
And we're back here. It was number 1, Alan Gonzalez, down on the field as he's walking back on his own 2 feet and with his athletic director as well. You know, he's getting accompanied by his training staff. Both Gonzalez is currently out for the Rattler offense. A huge hit there. We have a 3-by-1, 3 to the left, 1 to the top, to the right of Lopez. As Lopez is going to drop back to pass, has a man in the flat, but the middle route comes open as it almost gets intercepted there. It was number 19, Tegan Roberts. As the pass for Ricky Vasquez goes incomplete, it brings up a 3rd and 13 for the Sharyland Rattlers. We'll see what their strategy is here on this 3rd and 13 as they need to keep this drive alive. They can't go down a touchdown and give the momentum back to the Floresville Tigers. They motion out Guerrero. Lopez finds a man over the middle, and it goes incomplete. And I believe that is number 5, Thomas Robinson. Can't get under the ball just in time as the Rattlers punt unit comes onto the field.
Yeah, it seems he had an opportunity there. Just couldn't get his hands under it. Unfortunately for the Rattlers, going to bring out the punt unit here on 4th down. Now we're having a discussion on the field between the referees to say who saw what. All of them come to an agreement that it's incomplete.
Yeah, the ball rolled out of Robinson's hands as it popped out when he made contact with the ground. So they're just going to rule it incomplete. And that puts us here with a 4th and 13 as the Rattlers are backed up at their own 22. And the lone returner back for Floresville is Brandon Cortez. .11:24 left in the 4th. As they're going to run the fake punt, but it's going to be a bad snap, and the Floresville Tigers make a huge stop and make a huge comeback there as the Rattlers just didn't know what to do. A bad snap they were going for the fake or maybe a rugby-style punt. We're never going to know what the official call was there, but now the Floresville Tigers set up inside their own 10-yard, or the Rattlers' 10-yard line, getting ready to punch it in once again.
Yeah, that one just went right off the punter's chest there. Unfortunately for the Rattlers, now it's going to give Floresville an extremely short field here. 1st and goal here from the 9.
Inside their 10, exactly at the 9-yard line is where they are stationed. Right now, Sharyland looking for a huge stop. They're going to hand it off to Murphy, inside zone. Chucks the defender, makes more guys miss, and he spins his way into the end zone. And the Floresville Tigers punch it in once again as they take the lead 41-35, but we do have an injured player down on the field. Here's the band nonetheless. Looks like it's an injured lineman down on the field. The officials waving him off. So we're going to take an injury timeout here on Real Sports Live, and we're going to be back with the extra point after this.
Book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Retos Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville. Somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
And we're back here. Injured player down was number 60, Patrick Silva, the senior defensive/offensive line. He was able to walk back on his own power. Team right behind him. And it's going to be number 19, number 18, Josh Gonzalez, lining up for the extra point to make this a 42-35 ball game. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. 42-35, and the Floresville Tigers take the lead after an interception by number 6, Brandon Cortez. turns this game upside down.
Yeah, Floresville able to capitalize off the turnover there. They now take the lead. It's still early in this fourth quarter, so still a long quarter ahead of us of football, especially with how this game has played out so far. Looking forward to this fantastic finish.
And a fantastic, classic thriller finish it would be, as we have 11:07 left to play here in quarter number 4. Tigers take a 1-score lead, but the team for the Sharyland Rattlers has not broken or lost their will. They're still going to be fighting in this. They have a lot to play and a lot to play for at that. The team takes the field. It's number 3, Diego Zavala. Number 11, Ricky Vasquez, and number 7, Alan Guerrero, all back deep to receive for the Sharyland Rattlers, and kicking it away is the quarterback, number 12, Braden Fuller. And Fuller's gonna get it away, a nice kick as he sends that one in the end zone, and it's gonna be a 1st and 10 for the Sharyland Rattlers at their own 25-yard line. We need to see a lot more from the Sharyland offense team, John. We haven't seen much in that last drive, as they kind of played it a little bit too much conservative. We saw them taking shots down the field earlier in the game. But what do you think the mindset changed there?
Yeah, that interception right before was definitely what changed it there, and then the big, the dropped punt, if you have it, is what is created short field for both last possessions for Floresville. Look for them to put together a long-standing drive here, getting the Guerreros back on offense here.
Lopez motioning over his man, gives the handoff to Guerrero, takes it to the right-hand side all the way down for a nice chunk of yardage. Might be an 8-yard gain, and it might bring up a 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 1 for the Sharyland Rattlers. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. Ball's at the 34-yard line of Sharyland's. Lopez has 3 receivers to the left, 1 at the top of the screen. A quick bubble pass out to Gonzalez. Stays on his feet as he gets tripped up, but he gets enough yards for a 1st down, and the Rattlers move the ball once again 10 yards down the field. This is the Rattlers team that we saw earlier in the first half, taking shots, getting those plays going, the motion, RPO, bubble out to the left-hand side. The more complicated things on the offensive side that not many teams do, they're doing it here. And it's putting a little bit of confusion on this Tiger defense, as they're just going to hand it off to Guerrero. They're inside zone. He takes it all the way down to the 48-yard line. And that's going to be a 2nd and medium here for Sharyland.
Yeah, now this looks like the Sharyland offense that came out in the first half and took that lead late. Still trying to find their first points. Still trying to find their first points in the fourth quarter. Trying to put together a nice drive here.
Brings up a 2nd and 4 for Sharyland. 2 receivers on each side. They hand it off to Guerrero once again. Bounces off a tackler, but doesn't get past the 2nd one. And he's going to be well enough for a 1st down, as the Sharyland Rattlers move the chains once again, and they are now in Floresville Tiger territory. No coach on either side of the ball has used a timeout yet. All 3 timeouts are still in the back pocket, ready to be used, because they know this game might go down to the wire if Sharyland scores here. There's 9:20 left to play in the 4th quarter, and a lot of football to play, and a lot of things can happen, as we saw Sharyland create turnovers, get 3 and outs, and we've also seen the same thing on the Tiger side. They get interceptions, they get 3 and outs. 2-back split for Lopez. They hand it off to Guerrero once again. The workhorse gets it, but he gets 2 yards on this last play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Guerrero starting to find a rhythm here, especially as a back. It's extremely important to establish something, especially on a big drive like this. Look for them to ride either a play action or a bubble screen here out wide.
Play action or bubble screen might be the play, as he has 3 receivers to the right. And it's going to be a bad snap. Lopez wasn't ready for it, as Guerrero falls on it. And a huge mistake. What was a 2nd and 8 turns into a 3rd and forever, as the nerves are catching up to these Rattlers The ball was at the Tiger 44, 43-yard line, and now it's at their own 40-yard line. With 8 minutes left to go, this is a 3rd down, so they need a 1st down for a fresh set of downs. John, if you make it back inside 3rd and 10 or 4th and 10, is this 4th down territory? It gets you just a bit. Right, they got the play call going on right now. A lot of things going on. A 3rd and 24 for Sharyland. Lopez dropping back to pass. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket, dumps it off to Guerrero on the left-hand side, and he's going to roll out of bounds. Stepping inside, makes a cut, another one, and he goes down back to the line of scrimmage just before they fumbled snap. And John, I mentioned to you, is it 4th down territory here, or is it not? There's 7:34 left to play.
You know, it is a huge decision that is definitely going to weigh on the outcome of this game. If you have confidence in your defense, of course you go for it. You still have all 3 timeouts that you can use if you have to. Offense staying on the field so far here. 4th and 7 here for the Rattlers.
And the timeout comes just as you pass over the mic back to me. So we're going to take one as well. The Sharyland Rattlers got a lot to think about here on a 4th and 7 call. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Are you worried how...
And here we are back after the timeout. Some linemen already taking the field. They know the play call. They know what to do. They got to block downfield. They got to block. Make sure their quarterback's protected. Make sure the running back has a lane to go through. And now Floresville, you know, they need a huge stop here for them if they're able to get this 4 and out. And this is something that the Rattlers didn't anticipate being in. After a bad snap, they were able to make it back to a 4th and 7. Lopez rolling out to the right-hand side in 2-back split. The out route goes. He catches it, but he catches it out of bounds, but a flag comes in from the official. Now, this might be a turning point for either team. And here's the official on the call. So a holding on the offense for Sharyland, John. And it gives the ball back as the coach for Floresville declines the penalty. Now they have the ball back with 7:09, a 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, excellent job from the Floresville defense to get ready to get back in the game and make a big stop there on 4th down.
They hand it off down the middle. I believe Murphy has it with a nice chunk of yardage, a 9-yard gain. We'll see if they're generous and give them the 1st down. Looks like it's going to be a 2nd and inches, but they're going to give it to them. So a 1st down, a 10-yard carry there for Darion Murphy, as he was absent early in the 1st quarter and probably the whole 2nd quarter, maybe halfway through the 2nd. He was absent, but here he is back on the field. This time it's a different running back in. Number 14 gets the ball, Daniel Ariano, as the Rattlers are looking for a 3-and-out stop, where they just need a stop of any sort here on this drive, so the Tigers don't extend their lead by 2.
Yeah, Floresville trying to push the lead here to a 2-possession game, especially late here we're just about the halfway point of the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5 here. Sharyland trying to get off right here, trying to get off the field right here.
They're trying to get off the field, but they got 2 more downs to do it, including this one. So a 2nd and 6. They could get a stop here. Perfect. Ariano gets the handoff, and they get the stop as he goes back to the original line of scrimmage. It is number 51, on the stop for the Sharyland Rattlers, Luis Villarreal. And that brings up a 3rd and 6. So I need a stop here. Look for Murphy to get the ball in inside zone. Maybe he's going to run it, bounce it out to the outside, as Fuller only has a receiver on the right side and the left side split out wide at the bottom of the numbers. So they might be out of the equation unless they get a little RPO action. But no play call has been given to Fuller, as it looks like they're going to take a timeout as they let the play clock go all the way down to 0 or to 1, which stops it at 5:02 with a 3rd and 6. And if Floresville takes the timeout, we're going to take one as well. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Question for you. When you add tolerance.
And here we are back, a 3rd and 6 situation. And Coach Andrew Roars, the head coach for the Tigers, has used his first timeout. Pressure comes to the left-hand side. Fuller takes it for himself, bounces it out to the right, and he gets shoelace tackled just a bit short of the first down. That's number 1, Alan Gonzalez, making a play from the safety position. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2, maybe 3 here. A 4th and short nonetheless, as we look to see what Coach Orrs wants to do. Keep his Tiger offense on the field, get the first down, get this game finished. Or wants to bring out the punt unit, not take any chances. And looks like they're in 4th down territory, so they're going to go for it here, John. A 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. The Rattlers need a stop. Everyone's down on their 3-point stance, and we're going to have a timeout called just before the snap is taken once again by Floresville Tigers. Coach Rohr wants to think this one over once again.
Yeah, huge play call. Looks like he had some second thoughts on it there. Maybe he didn't like the right play. Maybe they're gonna go to try to draw Sharyland off sides, or maybe they'll just go with good old quick kick, from the quarterback to try to pin him deep.
Yeah, a lot of situational stuff happening here in this game that you don't really see at other games. Only in a close game like this, it's really a game of chess. You got to move the pieces around. You got to. I don't really play chess, so I don't know what you got to do in chess. But I know you got to get to the queen, and you'll win it. No?
You got to get to the king, Brandon.
There you go. You got to get to the king, and the king is the touchdown. So you got to move all the little pieces around, get your lane going, and here are the Floresville Tigers, a 4th and 1. A handoff, Murphy down the middle, and he's going to get it. But another timeout. This time it's Coach Krill out of the Sharyland sideline calling it. And this time we are going to take one as well. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
And multiply efforts to treat one another with respect. What do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
School district continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
Yeah!
And we're back here, a 4th and 1. Coach Krill had a timeout. Coach Rohr had a timeout. And a 4th and 1 for the Floresville Tigers. Murphy gets it down the left-hand side, has green grass, open space, and more as he goes and breaks away for a 38-yard touchdown run. And the Floresville Tigers score once again, 48-35. As we await the extra point, here's the Floresville band. And here's the extra point from number 18, Josh Gonzalez, getting it through the uprights once again, and he makes it 49-35 in a shootout here at the bi-district round playoff. The Floresville Tigers lead 49-35 with 4:07 left to play. We'll be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown. And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white events. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And we're back here with the kickoff. Number 12, Braden Fuller, getting ready to kick this one away to the Rattlers. They have 3 returners back deep. Once again, the same 3. 4:07 left to play. The Rattlers are trailing by 2 touchdowns, and some fans from Sharyland side have gotten an early exit, want to beat the traffic out. As Fuller sends this one away to Sharyland. It goes in the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a touchback as the Rattlers start off a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line here. They have 1 timeout on each side of the field. The Floresville Tigers have 1 and the Sharyland Rattlers have 1. So you're down 2 touchdowns with 4:07, 1 timeout. John, how do you play this one out?
You definitely got to work at a much quicker pace. Given that you're down 2 scores, the time limit you want to put on yourselves is about a 2-minute drill to give yourself a chance. And likely after this, we'll see an onside kick if Sharyland's able to reach the end zone.
Empty set for Lopez. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Look for a screen play here. We'll see what the call is. If not, we have 4 verts down the field. A quick strike down the middle for Guerrero goes incomplete. And that was the safety, number 8, Brooks Farrell. Getting the stop there, getting the incomplete, causing the incompletion. That brings up a 2nd and 10 now for the Sharyland Rattlers. Now they had down to 4:01 left to play here in quarter number 4. Second and 10 at their own 25-yard line, 2-back split. They motion over a man as it almost gets intercepted. Farrell going and getting mixed up in the ball situation once again as he's a ball hawk from the safety. We haven't heard much from him, but here we go. He's making plays late in the game as we're down to 3:54 with a 3rd and 10 for the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, defensive backs now truly getting to show it off here. Back-to-back big pass breakups there. And it's going to put the Rattlers in a 3rd and long situation. And now they come out in the empty set.
Empty set for Lopez, 3:54, a 3rd and 10. We'll see what the play call is here. They're on man defense. They drop back to pass. They slide one over the middle of the field. Back to number 7, Alan Guerrero, as it falls incomplete. And it's a 4th and 10. And the Rattlers might be in 4th down territory here as they need to score a touchdown with 3:46 left to play. They're backed up once again. Floresville fans on their feet making noise as their team is on the benches, you know, throwing the hands up. Let's go, make some more noise. As the Rattlers need a conversion here. They only need 10 yards for a fresh set of downs. If not, this might be the ball game. Lopez drops back to pass. Pressure comes. He gets sacked, and the ball is fumbled. As Guerrero picks it up, he advances it. He's going to get brought down after a gain of 1. So a turnover on downs as the Floresville Tigers get the ball back at the Rattlers, in Rattler territory at that. So 3:34 now. And Sharyland not able to find a drive, not able to get past the 25. So the official's telling us there that it's a 1st and 10, that the runner cannot advance the ball. Any other runner cannot advance the ball. Only the person who fumbled it, that is a rule at any situation on the field and on a 4th down situation. So the Tigers are going to have the ball at the 20-yard line. They're going to hand it off to number 14, Arellano. A flag comes in late as he gets a couple of yards down the left side of the field. With 3:25, as we might be a holding call here on the Floresville Tigers as it came from the back judge. We're going to turn it over to him in just a bit, but here's John Trevino as we have another flag thrown in late at the 1st down marker. So 2 flags on the field, a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to you in just a moment. Here's the official on the call.
Number 75. Personal foul, offset showing practice. Number 10, defense. Penalty offset.
So the penalty's offset there. An after the play mistake on Sharyland there. This will force the offset, and it's going to remain 1st down, 1st and 10 from the original line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line.
3:25, a 1st and 10 to go for Floresville Tigers. As the officials are still discussing it down on the field. As Coach Rohr, here's the official with the correction.
Offense, number 75. Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 10. Penalties do not offset. We go 10, 15, and we go from there.
So there it is. We're going to subtract 10, then we're going to add 15, and then we're going to go from there just like the official said. So it's going to be a 5-yard gain. It's going to be a 1st and 5 now for the Tigers, unless they're going to do something different down on the field. I'm sure that's how math works in my eyes, but not in theirs. It's going to be a 1st and goal now, as some of these officials probably can't do math. I don't know how to play chess, so I think it evens out. And they're still discussing down on the field. John and I are laughing here in the booth. So it was back 10, up 15. It is a 5-yard gain. I need to be in an earpiece at one of these officials, man, because can't do math out here. I guess his qualifications for an official aren't much, John. 1st and 10 at the 15 now. They hand it off down the middle to the fullback. It's number 48, Weldon Azevedo, getting the handoff for the Tigers. As we head down to 3:10 and counting, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for Floresville. Down to 3 minutes, 2:55 and counting. With a 2nd and 4, Azevedo back in the backfield with Fuller. He's going to get the handoff once again. He's bumping through defenders like a pinball machine, and he's going to probably be short a yard with a 1st down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. And we have a timeout called by Sharyland. That's their final timeout of the game. And I believe if math is correct here, John, if they get a first down here, they let it play out, and they kneel the ball from here on out, it might do it for the by-district playoff.
Yeah, after this timeout, if Floresville does get the first down, that's likely going to be enough time to run out the clock here, and then that's going to do it for this ball game. So Sharyland trailing 35-49, 2:31 left to go in this ball game. I'll adjust my clock at the moment, and we'll have 3rd and 1 from the 6, I believe.
Just outside the 5-yard line. So I think the 5-yard line is the first down marker, according to these officials' math, if their math is correct. So a 3rd and 1. It's going to be Azevedo in the backfield with Fuller, an extra tight end blocking down at the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand it off to him, and he's going to bounce off one defender, but he's going to get in the end zone, maybe just a bit short. 2 yards short of the end zone. And that takes us down to the 2:19 mark and counting, as it looks like we have an injured Rattler down on the field. So it stops the clock with 2:19, and it takes us to a timeout as well. Here on Real Sports Live, we'll be back once he's back on his 2 feet.
Bay or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your...
And we're back. They're going to hand it off down the middle. And they're not going to run the clock out. They're going to run the score up instead, as they are going to be down at the 1-yard line to the band, and the flag people are playing for no reason, as we're down to 2 minutes. It was Azevedo on the carry. 1 yard, or 2nd and goal at the 1. Another handoff, a fumbled snap, as Fuller's going to have to find somewhere. He redirects the receiver, and he throws another touchdown here. This time it's to number 4, Nate Luther. So what was a fumbled snap and a play going the opposite way turns up into a touchdown, but there is a flag down on the field in the end zone. We'll see what the official calls here. Here he is. So there it is. It is a touchdown. Alan Gonzalez has been ejected from the ball game. As we are looking ahead to next week for the winner of tonight's matchup. Right now it is the Tigers, as they lead 55-35 as we await the extra point from number 18, Josh Gonzalez. There's 1:37 left to play. And the Rattlers have no timeouts, as the snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good. It makes us 56-35 here at Richard Thompson Stadium. As we look ahead to next week, we're going to turn it over to John Trevino.
At the moment, that game is final. Leander Rouse takes care of business. They win 59-6 over Austin Travis. So the winner of this matchup, looking like Floresville, will take on Leander Rouse next week.
That side is TBD, to be determined, date and time and location. So we have none of those details for you. But I'm sure if you keep up with Floresville, then you would know where all that would be. Right now is a 56-35 lead for the Floresville Tigers as they're going to advance that penalty, that ejection penalty here on the kickoff. So the Tigers are going to be kicking off from the Rattlers 35-yard line instead of from their own 40. So the 15 yards will be enforced here on the kickoff, and it will more than likely go out of the end zone unless they get an onside or they pooch it. One time will tell. As Fuller lines up the kick, now he sets it up on the tee. And he's going to get it away very, very soon. Overload to the right-hand side on the kickoff team unit, special teams unit. As Fuller runs up to it and gets it away out of the end zone, it goes. It is good through the uprights, but that does not matter. That does not count. That's going to be the Rattlers ball at their own 25-yard line with a 1st and 10. And it seems like this game is well put away for the Floresville Tigers, 56-35. John, thoughts?
It was just an excellent. It was an excellent ball game up until Sharyland had some players go down with some injuries. The Gonzalez brothers had multiple cramps throughout that fourth quarter, and Sharyland couldn't recover from that. And the seniors will have their farewell, and everyone will start to get ready for next year.
Yeah, we mentioned the injuries from the Gonzalez brothers. Luckily for Coach Crail, they are both juniors, so they're going to be back on the field next year here for the Sharyland Rattlers. As that play goes to the right-hand side for a couple of yards or back to the original line of scrimmage. That was number 7, Guerrero, on the carry for Sharyland. As we're down to 1:10 here in quarter number 4. Two-back split for Lopez. RPO, they hand it off to Zavala, running to the right-hand side, has green grass, and this game is not over until he says it's over. And he's going to get brought down as he stays on his feet. He goes the 15 and eventually gets brought down all the way into Tiger territory at the Tigers' 12-yard line. A huge gain right there for the Rattlers. And although this game might seem it's out of grasp, well, they still have an opportunity here to get some points on the board and send the seniors out with a farewell, great farewell. And they hand it off to Guerrero down the middle. Down to 23 seconds left, but we do have a player down on the field. This time it is for the Floresville Tigers, as we do have 22 seconds left exactly. We're going to take a quick commercial break, a quick timeout, injury timeout, and we're going to be back after this here on Real Sports Live with the conclusion of the bi-district playoff game between the Floresville Tigers and the Sharyland Rattlers.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
And here we are, 22 seconds left. The Rattlers down at the Floresville. Looks from up here, the 12-yard line, maybe 13. We're going to spot at the 12-yard line with a 2nd and maybe 6. Lopez in the backfield with Guerrero. Takes a snap, a quick fade to the left-hand side. Has Zavala, goes up for it, climbs the ladder, and it falls incomplete. And that stops the clock with 18 seconds. It turns into a 3rd and 6 now with 12 yards to go. Excuse me, not 12 yards, actually 7 yards to go. So here we are, two-back split once again for Lopez and the Rattlers. Guerrero and Robinson switch sides. There's going to be a quick toss to the right-hand side for Guerrero, and he gets swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage, and that might do it for the final play here at Richard Thompson Stadium for the seniors of the Sharyland Rattlers and the visiting team for the Floresville Tigers as they're trying to get a playoff, but that's going to do it here. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in here to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman alongside John Trevino here at Richard Thompson Stadium. John, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
You know, just an unfortunate ending for both sides. Not for both sides. Floresville will advance on, but an unfortunate ending for Sharyland. You hate to see anyone lose, especially because you've grown a connection with this team as much as we've covered them this year. So it's a little bit heartbreaking, but Sharyland will have a lot of returners back next year, and they'll be good to go. As far as Floresville, they see Land or Rouse in the next round, and what should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, so both teams want to give a quick shout out to Sharyland. They're a great season for them. Sad to see them end this way. And good luck to the Floresville Tigers as they move on to the next round of the UIL State Championship playoffs. And a safe trip back for the traveling fans and for the team as well, especially for the fans here in the Valley. You know, anything can happen, and we hope for the best when traveling here this late at night. So all from Richard Thompson Stadium, I'm Brandon Guzman alongside John Trevino. Good night and God bless.